So as I was saying, I haven't been logged in for the past few days. Technically, because I've been dealing with my stomach. Just actually, it's not my stomach. I technically have been dealing with my with like a flu slash cold issue that I've been dealing with for the past few weeks, I would say. But yeah, it's been pretty heinous. Oh, that's what I forgot to sign in and do earlier. I forgot to flip one of these missions so I didn't get stuck. Missed out on 2 missions already. I haven't been logged in all week. Dealt with like a stomach virus slash. I dealt with the flu, but I dealt with like a stomach virus. Actually, I dealt with the flu and then I dealt with like a stomach like flu, not flu fever. That's what it was. That sucks. I dealt with like the fever, and then I got stuck with like a stomach fever, like a day later. And it wasn't really so much a day later. It was like, huh. Yeah, it was like a day later, cause like I got the fever, totally just like got stuck in bed. It got stuck in bed, or got stuck in bed on my couch technically, and I was just like cuddled up, like trying to find warmth and getting a mass amount of warmth to the point where my whole stomach and everything started feeling better. My back, like I guess the fever just forced my body to produce all the heat that it's been trying to produce. But by this point, like all the pedophiles that had been claiming to be me for all those years and that had violated my body so bad, basically the fever forced me to like actually finally be able to use my own body, and all the neuroreceptors and past like uh neuro neural pathways that were before previously blocked off became instantly reinvigorated into the system, therefore allowing a bunch of other like slew of like muscle reactions to like happen. So at that point my whole body was finally warmed up, and my whole body like warmed up so much that I was just like instantly like relieved. I didn't even care that I had like a most splitting migraine like happening. All I could think about was just like, for the first time ever, the pedophiles were being kicked out completely from my body, and I could like realize the difference, like from before having a fever to this time having a fever, and the difference in warmth and, and how my body reacted and whatnot. And I mean I could go into detail, but it'd take forever. I'd have to have like a doctor ask me a specific series of questions, like your nerve endings, like things of that nature. And it's most of the questions that doctors wouldn't ask regardless. Like just plain and simple. Even a person that was set out to ask these questions wouldn't ask these questions in the manner that you're expecting, because it's done on purpose, to lie on purpose and to cover up a slew of other issues, and why you're not typically inclined to ask these questions, why you're never typically inclined. It's like it's like I'll only ask you a certain set of questions if you, off of your current membership, which is free. If you buy the premium, you get a series of different questions that I might ask you. If you get the premium plus, here's another series of questions that I could ask you that are even better. And if you pay the master's package, you're kind of just like, you're bound to eventually just get like the best out of me, opposed to any of the pedophile slews of shit that they have in scripts. But that's legitimately what it is. So I kind of just didn't want to get into the issue. But either way, back to the point. So since my body was all warmed up, I ended up getting this like most epic feeling all over my body, and my whole body warmed up to where my stomach and everything warmed up perfectly, and it like kick started my whole body, almost like it revived it. Not revived it. It like almost like almost like me cuddling up, almost like me balling myself up for warmth. Let like me bottling. Sorry. Oh, like me. Whatever. Either way, I ended up generating, or I ended up warming myself up to the point where I ended up ended up with like my stomach feeling amazing, and then like since it was so much happening at once and it got to moving again, it just like put my stomach into a downward spiral, and it was like 2 days of that hell. And I finally just like recovered yesterday, but I was dealing with a bunch of nauseating feelings, so I was just I was over it. So I just figured maybe I'll play a match. No, couldn't even have it. Couldn't even happen. Couldn't even bring myself to playing a match. Could not even like stomach like sitting here. I was like trying to force myself to do it, but I was just so, oh man, I was so out. I have like I've been wanting to try to put it into words how bad it was, but it was so horrendous. And it's only bound to get worse. And the pedophiles are many, and they're more than just the US. So my weekly activity has been stuck at 0. I don't even think I put in enough last week due to how much of an issue, how much of a, due to how many issues I was dealing with. Royale Pass wise, I don't think I even read the matches. Oh no, I read the matches. I remember this. I, I remember reading the not the matches. Sorry, I don't think I read the missions. Um, but I remember reading the missions. I had daily missions also. I just kind of was dealing with too much. Um, so I'm actually gonna. I I actually have only. I actually only have. I actually have. I actually only have 2 days left and a few hours, I would say, to get them done. So I'm gonna get started with that, but it should only be like less than a day, to be quite honest. I only have like 7 missions left, and I have 3 daily missions, so I don't even really have to worry about my like the challenging weekly missions, in my opinion. The only challenging one for today is the M416. 3 kills with that's going to be impossible. I haven't done that in a while. That's where the nauseating feeling was. Guns I haven't used in years, and the people that got betrayed and left behind by a bunch of pedophiles that claimed it was for other reasons. So here's the reason that I don't like people going to other people for anything. Don't restream anything, and don't be someone's bottom bitch. Because you're not selling the original product, nor are you selling the original products that the original product sold. It's like me selling my monthly subscription cards to Microsoft relabeling them and selling you guys a different monthly subscription card and being like, yeah, it's the same thing. Look, it even gets you onto their network. You getting basically onto the network and thinking it's the same fucking thing. And then you finding out 50 years later that Microsoft was involved with your wife in the background. Microsoft, and I don't just mean like Bill Gates himself. Sometimes Bill Gates would send in other people to do this just to keep the crime going as a joke also in the background, and also to keep the joke in the background going so that whenever he got caught in court he wouldn't really get in trouble. And he would get in trouble, but the courts wouldn't know that it was really happening because they would run this elaborate joke. It's a really complicated elaborate joke. That's why it's super challenging to explain. But they would basically, it's like a recent cheese commercial where a guy breaks into the guy's house and he cuts off only like a small fraction of cheese because it's all he could afford with how much time he had and how much embarrassment he had before they just run off from the guy's kitchen after eating the guy's cheese. And then it's also because they were labeling it as someone else's cheese, and the guy was claimed to be was siding with a bunch of pedophiles. So they tried like making it seem, to add to the elaborateness of the joke. Oh, well, I mean, we only did it because it was a piece of shit anyways. But regardless, no, you just kill off the pieces of shit that the piece of shit is emulating. And you just teach the piece of shit to not be that type of piece of shit. You're already a piece of shit that they should be emulating. AKA in the background. And then you just edit it to a person that they should be emulating. You kick out all the pedophiles. Pieces of shit that claim other. Whoops, sorry. Back to the point that you guys didn't get the whole joke. Take him to court. The U.S. tried and lost because they violated all the countries that this actually gets streamed to. Bombed again for having another pedophile island fucking made in the randomest fucking spot in that fucking Cuba fucking pedophile peninsula. Fucking pedophile scums. How often does he change maps? Ready? Let's start up this season's pedophile island. Filmed right off of like the coast of Cuba, aka Air Angel, aka Miramar, aka Sadak. Oh, whoops, Sadak, aka Bikini. Sorry, I'm just kind of mad. Stomach hurt. Heavily hurt. It's my hip. I'm like 67 years old now, today. It's a joke. That's a fart. And that definitely is not my dog. Even though I thought it was. And that definitely will sound like a ghost joke. Where'd that ghost fart come from? And that definitely would get me out of blame for farting. In any situation. For life. And if you run it the same way, you too can be forgiven of everything. Though illegal it may be. And you will be found. But that was just kind of the reason for the joke. This is technically why subliminal messaging finally got banned in places such as Great Britain. Because they listened to me for once in their fucking life. Saved their whole country from becoming a impoverished pedophile state of the United States of pedophilia. AKA George Washington and kids. They all blamed him. That's why he got his name, George Washington, at the very least. And the pedophile tried saving a bunch of. Oh, you know what? We can cancel that. Pedophile just ruined everything. And just cancel out the pedophilia. That's almost impossible. Well, that was a stupid portion of the joke. We're all being adults now. That's all he shows up with after the 30-minute lull. Holy smokes, almost cried. So sorry. Hi. Oh man, that's dope. Yeah. Yo. My bad, I've been away for a while. Oh, whoops. Just dealing with like a heavy set cold. Man, that's so craptacular. I wonder if I got nerfed going against other people due to them having different devices. And I don't mean just the fact that they're using pedophile, or actually not the fact that their whores are like usually sleeping with a bunch of pedophiles, so they're on like different networks and whatnot, and not for the fact that they're on different networks, so it automatically separates them from any legal networks, and they're technically kind of like those shit slew pedophiles from what are those illegal matches, illegal Zoid battles? I forgot what those were, the unsanctioned ones. That's basically what those pedophiles in the top 10 usually do. And they'll go through like unsanctioned matches. That's how they end up maintaining their points for so much time. Then they end up getting dropped. And then they have to hack and rape all the fucking groups behind the scenes.
Let's go.
It's just impossible to put this into an anime without getting paid. I mean, that's why no anime has actually been made of PUBG yet, because they all want my rendition of it, but I just don't get paid. So it's just like, fuck, bro. By the time I put that rendition of PUBG into anime works, we'll all see how the actual top 100 of the server list is made, how their pedophile bitches roam around being raped by a bunch of pedophiles, and how they actually money launder, how they launder money, how they data launder, how they traffic information in and out, how they were trafficking little kids, and how they separate it and whatnot. All right, that's cool. Oh, well, 4-man squad. I might push to the side. Actually, I'm gonna push away. I can't stand to lose points right now. Not so much that I can't stand to lose points. I can't stand to be brought into a bad firefight right now. I'm all going ballsy, like, yeah, we can deal with it, and then I realize it's really only us two and two randoms, and they're two Mexican randoms. They usually do this to me to automatically bring out my like inner rage and really just get me to like sell out my team and run away. If I can't get a squad wipe, I just run off. And my team's just like sitting there, yeah, let's go murk these kids. I need a gun. But they all don't have voice chat, nor are in the same mindset, nor skill level. Nor can half the time, actually most of the time they can stand their own ground, but half the time I'm not aware of this, so I either get knocked or they get knocked, or like we'll magically get a dub every now and again, or all the time. That's what I was like wishing. But since I've been in the US for so many years, they kind of ruined my my affiliations. Sorry.
Form up on me.
Dang it, dude. See, and he pushed automatically towards them. I think I'm going to push for the top of the hill, and I'm going to wrap around, maybe try to give them some cover. I was just looking for new buildings to loot. I'll let you go loot.
Form up on I need a gun.
I'm up here on the hill. If you guys see anyone, just mark them.
Help!
Oh, that's cool.
Cover me.
Hmm. Oh, it's my device. Oh, man. I was wondering what was throwing me off. I'm just like fat glare. Can't see a dang thing. No. They advertised. Really just brought him up. Like that was done on purpose. That is so advertising, dude. That is so rude. The fuck, I don't get paid by any of these fucking stupid pedophile fucking stupid scum, dude. It's a bunch of, I mean, stupid pedophiles. Fucking pedophile whores don't ever fucking pay me, dude. This is so. Oh man, I just got pissed because I turned off that notification like 2 to 3 days ago on purpose too, because they had some other random chick that I was like, oh well, that's not too bad. And then they put some fucking pedophile bitch that roamed around on my fucking network and wasted all my fucking time and money. And they expected me to fucking think it's a fucking joke. I mean, they ran around on me in my fucking network. This is how they started fucking lying about fucking U.S. laws about um client privileges, regardless of what the pedophiles roam around saying. Why they brought this pedophile into this group. That's what it was. That's why there's two pedophiles that were from that are from like a similar country, but it's a bunch of pedophile scum shit. Basically what it was either way. This is so annoying. I wonder when I can kick these pedophiles out for good then. That actually just pissed me off. They put some pedophiles before me and that's how they hacked my device. Guess from now on I kick the pedophiles out for hacking my devices. This pedophile standing around just like looking like it's a fucking joke or something to be near me. Oh, that's what they were forcing. They forced that button pressed when I pressed all the way and when I moved my fucking thumbstick to the left or right. They force your character to switch items. That's how they used to rape the females. I'm alright. I don't want any of these pedophiles near me. This pedophile's out of my squad for good now. It's the last time I ever put this pedophile here ever again.
Form up on me.
Dang it, dude, this sucks.
up on me. Enemies ahead.
He dropped his head right out of the window, so I can't get a headshot, but he's in there.
Bring up voice chat. Bring up voice chat.
What? Was not exposed. Ah, it's dirty. Pedophile games, pedophile dynamics. It's what happens. It's fucking bullshit. Plus 1 point for allowing pedophiles into my fucking squad to ruin my fucking day. Didn't even get a single kill. The reason I don't go into full, like, anything, the reason nothing in this game for me is ever, like, 100% is the fact that these companies are all responsible for a slew of people getting raped. What they basically do is, like, let's say they're distributing assets to you, even in-game assets. They have violated these assets and abused these assets prior to you using these assets. So like for case in point, like let's say these people are like selling you your wife back, for example, or I mean, or even explaining anything that they explain, they basically go around raping, and then they'll even add it to their sales routine that the other people were doing it. But I mean that's what they add to their sales routine. That's what all these pedophiles do in order to avoid like prosecution for what they should be prosecuted for. And then they sell this to the salespeople that eventually sell it to a bunch of random people. And then by the time they get to the actual people, these are the people that get violated. And these people that get violated are usually the people that they used as like their golden their coin on a string. What's that? Yeah, their coin on a string type routine. In order to violate, in this case, me, of my rights the first time, and now they're trying to run it as like a trick or routine. Oh well, I mean, that's legitimately how much they stammer trying to figure out how to force like a script to be said. But by this point, they're causing so much physical pain and harm to people that they're actually 90% of the time avoiding even saying anything. Because what they technically do is what they technically have done for years is technically rape all the assets and everything that you see behind the scenes. Technically, like Tito did to Michael Jackson. And then they would only send them every few females. That's technically the shit that they do. And then they send you all the people, and then they I'm trying to think of the best explanation for this, because I get really irritated. Oh, it's because they're trying to sway a bunch of pedophile judges that have a bunch of oh, that is what it is. They have a bunch of pedophiles roaming around getting angry that have never gotten caught for all their pedophilia before. So they just claim to be like a bunch of people that are part of the process. But no, what it basically is, it's a shit slew of pedophiles that are avoiding that were avoiding getting caught. But it's also adding to like the overall sales pitch. It's how these pedophiles like steamrolled and ran this for so many years that these are the different techniques that they used in their one overall ploy or technique to rape females. And that's how all these pedophiles, even pedophiles such as Matt Damon, were involved and whatnot. But I'm trying to think of how I was gonna. I had a really good solid like script going. Boom, shit, shot, thrown out proportion. Because I had that gas can right there. That's what they're called once they boom, shit, blown straight out proportion and make that super epic sound effect. That went hand in point with what I was just talking about. I'm so mad. But just always remember, if you don't see, whoops, never mind, cancel that. If you don't see me I always just call them pedophiles. Straight to their pedophile faces. And don't even fucking feel ashamed of it. That's just that. I don't even give a fuck anymore. I don't even care for them anymore. Shit, just make sure you're ready in your dream state for when you do talk to me. To even beat the shit out of me. I used to welcome the fact that someone was trying to snap me into my... Or no, not really, actually. They would put a bunch of dumb pedophiles. I actually didn't. Because they put a bunch of dumb pedophiles that just steamrolled out of proportion. I was just like, man, it's just dealing with like stupid people. I'd end up body slamming the living daylights out of people, and they would still try to get like good credibility off of me. And I'm like, fuck no, dude, you're a piece of shit. This and this and this. And then they'd do that to like people that were like at one point like half decent. So I can't even say it's the same thing. Sorry. Thanks for the follow. That's me in my normal voice. Thanks for the... Or me in my normal... Sorry, in my normal energy. I'm just stuck. I've been on a rage out for like 6 months now. I was all super 100% like PG times a million. So I wasn't just family friendly, and then I turned into like an over aggro rage out family friendly rendition of fuck you and this is your reality check. Hi, honey, you just turned like 6 years old and you just learned to call me an asshole. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, no, I'm just joking. I mean, where the fuck did you just hear that? I mean, what the fuck did you just say? I mean, this is the shit slew of real. I mean, whoa! How the fuck? You're not even using that right. Oh, man. But that's just the reality. Either way, I'm just kind of busy trying to prep for this next match. Just got off of a serious cold fever type reality check, so I'm waiting for the CRT kid to take the boards right now too. So kind of a bit bitter. Better take the boards back. That's all I know. I didn't get paid enough money for the boards to have changed while I was undergoing that fucking fever, so that's that. They fucking ruined my score while I had a fever. Completely fucking ruined my score. 2 days of not playing. 2 days. Well, I mean, I'm also like 4 weeks into this crown tier. This crown tier range. I've been from 3, 4, and 5 for like 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I made it to diamond. I made it to crown within 2 weeks. And then I got stuck. Just kept getting scripted into shit. Teammates just fucking on purposely like fucking me over. It's like no one wants to see me succeed. It's like, why? I'm not like going out of my way to like lower your like life or anything. By me succeeding, we all succeed in the end. By the time I end up releasing all my work and everything, it alleviates the strain on society so much that it's just like traumatizing that everything that I release actually has so much of a sway on society. But it makes sense. That's why a bunch of pedophiles tried plagiarizing me, tried claiming to be me, but they never did fill any of the shoes. Couldn't, because they're technically not me. It's just a bunch of pedophiles lying. Sorry. Not sorry. Oh, sorry for the momentary pause in this like connection. I'm stuck cleaning my screen. just like different little spit spots. The one thing that really like makes me wonder how people are so stupid. It's like why consistently why do you keep chasing like the negative aspect that keep you see negative results yet you keep doing it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like what in your head keeps you doing it? What in and I don't understand this like fact because I mean like when I make a mistake when I like it's not so much a mistake like in game if my character doesn't move the way I want it to move and I can't fine tune this I mean and I can't you know what I don't get stuck there so much not fine tuning it I get stuck there fixing it but it's like how do people constantly why do people constantly make the same mistake yet they say and they it's a mistake because they themselves realize that they're causing themselves grave danger yet they still fucking make the same fucking mistake every single fucking time. Is it just the US that forces these people to do it? Or is it something that naturally is ingrained in your brain that forces you to commit the same atrocity time and time again? Time and time again. Because when I'm playing, like I'll notice, like even when my character doesn't move right, I'll force my character to go back and to do it again and again and again until I'm not making the mistake or making the body movement issue or the issue or getting stuck clipping a door jam because I know it could lead to me dying and I've dealt with I mean before I've gotten into like the door jam issue where I run into a door jam and it doesn't result in me dying because no one's there. But I've run into the issue where I run into the door jam and just random issues just happen. So I wonder if I could take the countries to court off of this issue for allowing their citizens to make these mistakes continually and forcing them to continuously make the mistakes over and over again for a bunch of deceitful lies. And it's just their citizens of birth through other countries that they primarily force into these issues. So it makes me wonder if I could take these countries to court nowadays. Mainly with all the gameplay footage I have recorded and that I could actually elaborate on and use as a platform to explain what I mean. Why then at this point finally shut down most of the rain these countries have on people's um, dynamics. And the reason I say rain is because it's a series of dynamics that are involved. And it's a series of different societies' words that are being used. So does that mean that society itself is being stipulated by a bunch of a bunch of false stipulations, or a bunch of illegal stipulations that a bunch of pedophiles are using for pedophile gains? Because they're only doing it to rape underage girls in the end. Because I mean, they all have to feed back into the system, and that's one of the things they tried feeding back into the system. My pen leaked after a week of being. After a week of sitting. That sucks. Hold on. I just saw a notification. Forgot where the where the notifications go. No. There we go. Yeah. It's a mix. It's an sorry, no, I'm just messed up now. I'm gonna messed up, mixed up. I was gonna switch something on my TV, but I just kind of got stuck in a slew of like different complex thought processes that just got me too frustrated to really overly pressed. So I'm kind of trying to zen out. It's kind of annoying, and I hate to put it in that way because it makes me even more raged out, and I just can't zen out at this, or just. Well, I just won't zen out type issue. So it's so annoying. I had some pedophile bitch try to serve me some court ordered papers, and I knew the stupid pedophile bitch was trying to throw her fucking pedophile aids at me. So I instantly said, "Get the fuck out my face, you dumb pedophile bitch. I ain't taking anything from a bunch of fucking pedophiles." And she had some fucking pedophiles from the. She had a bunch of pedophiles that were associated with a bunch of pedophiles that had been paying for local law enforcement to commit a bunch of pedophile activity with these pedophiles. So I said, "Get the fuck out my face, you dumb pedophile whore," and I slammed the fucking door on them. The cops and the cops, aka their inner law enforcement, was just like, yes, and I could feel like I got that vibe from them. Like, this guy just fucking slammed the door on this pedophile bitch for trying to serve him any papers. And I just remember the feeling right now because I was just like, I was raging out so bad, and I'm like trying to go to my like happy place. And my happy place instantly like only opened the door because I slammed the fucking door on a pedophile bitch for trying to bring her pedophile disgrace shit into my home. I didn't want aside from the fact that I didn't want their fucking pedophile aids on me, I don't want anything from this sick sad country that they try putting, or that they falsify one day and will completely gain your trust off of. They'll claim that there's a bunch of good laws in everything, regardless. That there's a bunch of good laws, and then by the time you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna utilize these laws because it's the first time you get the chance to utilize these laws. Boom, they falsify all the laws with a bunch of other false laws. The second you touch any of this, they'll even try to claim that you agreed to their EULAs and terms of service. By you touching their pedophile germs and their pedophile germs getting near you, pedophilia instantly has control of the contracts. And through pedophilia, aka herpes, laws and conditional contracts and terms or whatever the fuck they try to play, through their pedophile slew of pedophiles, they falsify all the laws in your states, primarily starting off with the states because they know the states are the easiest to make vulnerable. But if it's just like a city to city issue, they go through city. Most small town lawyers would go through state though in order to avoid. They'll look into state more or less to avoid getting screwed in the long run by any of the inner city politics that are intended to screw them over. But so I mean, they go around falsifying all this stuff. So I'm never gonna. I don't. I'm not gonna lose. That's just stupid. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't sign up for losses. If I even see a loss in sight or anywhere close, I dodge it. I go into solo squads knowing I'm the squad to beat. Nothing else. That means I'm number one regardless of who the fuck won or not. I'm the squad to beat. So every match that I don't take, and every match that even a bunch of other pedophiles are not taking, I win. Whether I take them or not. Whether they show a number one there or not. So I mean, it's like, so by the time I get into a match, I'm still number one. Regardless of what they try to claim, I'm still number one. That's so shocking, right? That's where the whole number one setup comes. But regardless, I'm always winning. It's almost impossible in a hacked game. So I'm technically number one. Oh man, and that's the only way to explain it as to how I'm always number one. Shit, dude, you want to argue with me? I'll just call you a pedophile. That's how I'm number one. let's see what your fucking argument is after that. And if I don't call you something worse, that's just gonna make you laugh and be like, he just had to prove he's number one. That's that. Hands are so sweaty. This is me ranting because I can't figure out how to get rid of this. Oh man, this like irritating feeling. It's like I'm like super sober for like 10 days straight. Sorry, I'm just joking. It's like I'm super what is that? Dry. That's what it's considered when you're always supposedly high. Anything else is dry. Or just boring. That's just boring. That's just dumb. Oh, or dumb. Nah, that's just dumb. Never mind. Not or. It's technically just dumb.
Evening, good evening.
This is how I instantly leave garbage squads that I don't like. I'm solid. When someone forces themselves into all my stuff, they instantly